Okay, here we are. Good morning. Today we are at the North Maricopa Mountains Wilderness, and we're looking for a campground called Margie's Cove, I think it's called. It's supposed to be out in this area. I think another mile or two down the road. It's supposed to be a trailhead that we're gonna check out. Gonna camp here for the next couple days. Never been here before. The road coming in, it was a little sandy, but was no problem if you have a high clearance vehicle. I don't think you really need four-wheel drive, unless it was raining, of course. But there is quite a bit of sand. Probably couldn't do it in a passenger car, but high clearance vehicle, you should be fine. We are, oh, right behind this sign is the wilderness area. All right, we made it to the campground. It's about a 5.5 mile dirt road to get in here. Like I said earlier, high clearance vehicle. You don't really need a four-wheel drive, but definitely high clearance. There is some sand. And after about 5 miles, you get to the campground. This is the Maggie Cove Trail, West Trailhead and Campground. It said online that there was 4 spots out here, but we only saw 3. There's a flat area, it looks like, for horse trailers. Maybe they consider that a group site. I don't know, but it only looked like 3 spots. There is no cost, but it is first come, first serve. So there's a possibility that you would come out here and not have a spot available. The surrounding area that I noticed is all wilderness, so there's no camping anywhere but the campground, it looks like. I don't know if you can see these posts here. All these posts that are all along the road, they all say North or West Maricopa Mountain Wilderness, no camping. So it looks like the campground itself is the only place that you can actually disperse camp or camp overnight. I'll go ahead and take you on a tour of the campground and our camp. Here's a better view of the signs. It's wilderness area behind these signs, and there's no camping, closed to motor vehicles, bikes, hang gliders. It's funny that it says hang gliders on there. So yeah, there's no camping anywhere behind these signs other than the actual little campground right there. So this campground is in between Gila Bend and Phoenix. It's only about maybe 20 miles from Buckeye, but it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. Got these really cool mountains around here. There's a trail over there. We'll go check it out in a little while, maybe tomorrow morning. It's a little warm right now. It's about 1:30. There's no cell service at all out here, so you do need Starlink or just rug it out without a phone. A lot of cool mountains though. So I just noticed as you get closer to the campground, the boundary is pushed further back from the road. So all this area here, if you did come out here and the 3 or 4 camp spots were full, it looks like you could disperse camp right here. It's about 200 feet from the road that they have open for dispersed camping, it looks like. And then the actual boundary fence for the wilderness is back there. And there's a sign where it says you can no longer camp beyond this point. So that sign there is the entrance. You come in, your first campsite is right there. Second one's there. That's our only neighbor here tonight. And then we got the third one over there in the distance where you see the van. There's fire pits, picnic tables, the 3 spots. And then I think they consider this dispersed area over here a 4th spot. There is a bathroom over here. It's basic pit toilet. And there's a trailhead with parking, day parking over there. And we'll go check that out. Here's our campsite here. And then as you come in towards the end of the campground, you have the day parking area right here for the hiking trail. There is a bathroom here. It's a pit toilet word of caution, if you do come out here to camp, make sure you bring your own toilet paper and wipes. There's none in there. It also looks like they haven't emptied the bathroom in years. Kind of reminded me of the Jurassic Park movie. Remember when the Stegosaurus, and the guy says, that's a big pile? That's what it looks like in there. So just be warned. It's been a while since they've cleaned it, but there is a bathroom here if you need one. And we are in the, thought it was west, but it's North Maricopa Mountains Wilderness. It's part of the BLM Sonoran Desert National Monument. Here's a map, and then a profile of a couple of trails that are here. Looks like this Maggie's Cove trail is 9 miles one way, so if you were going to do the whole thing out and back, you're looking at 18 miles. Doesn't look like much elevation gain, but about 1,000 feet it looks like. But just be forewarned, it's the desert, so be prepared if you're going to do this entire trail. The other trail here also looks like out and back, and it's 6 miles one way, so 12 miles out and back for one and 18 miles out and back for the other. So yeah, you definitely don't want to do this in the summer. Here's a map of the trails. Little sign-in kiosk. I don't think there's a trail that goes up to the top of these mountains. I might try to climb that one tomorrow in the morning when it's cooler. Yeah, so here's the parking area. Trailhead looks like it starts right here. Open to horses and hikers. And I'm assuming you just follow the old road out here. Haven't done this trail, so like I said, in the morning maybe we'll come out here and explore some more, but as of right now it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's probably pushing 75, 80 right now. All right, we'll go back to our campsite and I'll give you a tour of our campsite. All right, here's a little tour of our campsite. I do think we got probably the best spot here. Got a tree right there which gives shade under the table. Plenty of sun for our solar panel. Got the fire pit here. We only put one solar panel up tonight. We're only going to be here one night, and that's just to kind of keep the starling topped off. Kind of a basic campsite, but it works, and it's a kind of a nice place to call home for the next 24 hours. Looks like Rocco found something in the fire pit. And then the main road around for the 3 other campsites just loops around right there. You got your other 2 campsites over there. And then the group site is right behind me. So that's our look at our campsite. And that's the look at my puppy dog. Come here, good boy. Okay, we're gonna head out and follow this trail. Not sure which of the 2 trails this one is, but I read that there was a homestead out here, maybe about a half mile or so. And it's getting a little late in the afternoon. It's cooling down, but the sun's going to be setting here in about an hour. So hopefully we can make it out to this homestead and check it out. We're walking not too far from camp. You can see our van out there, but just random in the middle of nowhere, I saw this survey marker here. Not sure what it's marking. BLM. It's pretty recent, 1994. Interesting. Also, look at these burrows, huge ones. They're like 10 inches across. There's a whole bunch over here. Not sure what kind of animal would dig all these. If you know, put it in the oh, maybe they're, well, if you know, put it in the comments. I'm gonna guess maybe they're desert tortoise. Yeah, there's some big ones over here. Yeah, those things are like, my hand is like, I can fit my whole arm up to my shoulder in there. I'm thinking it might be a desert tortoise. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them right there. It's the only thing I can think of that would be out here, or maybe a kit fox or something. I don't know if those dig burrows or not. But if you know, let me know, because we are unsure. Just noticed right there, there's another survey marker sticking out of the ground. So that's the second one that we've seen out here in less than probably a quarter mile. Again, I'm not sure what they marked. We looked at them, it didn't really say too much information. Maybe it's the boundary between BLM and wilderness area. Okay, so we made it out to what we thought was a homestead. I don't think it's a homestead. I think it's an old cattle ranching area. Looks like there's some old watering areas over here. Old fencing. And then the large water tank out there, which is collapsed. And then there's a windmill over there that's collapsed also. So I think at one point they probably had brought the cattle in here to graze in the wilderness, or before it was a wilderness area. I'm not really sure. But let's go over here and check out this windmill. I think it's a windmill. I'm assuming it was the windmill that pumped the water into this tank right here. Haven't seen anybody else out here all day. I don't think this place gets very many visitors, to be honest. Yeah, this looks like the windmill. Did have power here at one point. Here's a little power box. See if there's a date on this. I don't see a date, but it, oh wow. I mean, definitely had power at one point, but it's not too old. The survey marker said 94, if I remember right, so maybe in the 90s or so they were using this for cattle or sheep or whatever else they would have out here. And we're not going to go too much further. It's getting late in the day. Just wanted to come out and see this. Head back to camp, cook some dinner, and relax by the fire. If you were ever curious if these tanks are bulletproof, well, they're not. It's like somebody had a good time out here. It's one thing about Arizona. If there's a target to shoot, somebody will shoot it. Maybe that's how they drain the water. All right, sun's setting. Just getting ready to cook dinner. Getting ready to start the fire. Dogs are pooped from our little hike that we did. We didn't go too far, but they might be just a little cold. Tonight we're having fajitas. Getting the meat on the fire. Got our plates ready. Gonna have a great night. Our dinner tonight is, I'm having tomatoes and olive oil with salt and pepper, pico de gallo, some fajita strips, some vegetables, and Wendy is having a black bean with fajita burrito. This is camping dinner tonight. All right, sun is setting here at the Margie's Cove Campground. Getting ready to relax for the night. Do a quick pan, show you guys what we're looking at. Mountains are really awesome. Got our fire going. Got the van set up for the night. Just gonna relax here and chill for the next few hours. Great way to end a Saturday.